speaking.
Hi! Wow, did you just
Damn it, Jen.
that's in the captions now.
I don't know what you're talking
Actually,
about.
no,
We
it's
just went
not.
live
It did
and
not
that's
pick
where
it
we
up.
started. Okay, it's not what it sounds like. It is what it sounds
It is
like.
what it sounds like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely what it sounds
It's
like.
absolutely what it
Hello
sounds like.
everyone. Welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. I'm so sorry. My computer is having a panic attack right now. Mood. Okay.
Or is it having a
hello.
panic?
It's having a little panic. Welcome to Girls Run These what words? Girls Run These Worlds. Everyone, I'm very tired, so please forgive my inability to talk today if I have difficulty speaking. We are live with Liminal Horror, the module known as The Bloom. We are in our finale episode. I cannot believe that we have already got here, but it is the final episode of us playing this amazing game, and we've really had a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to really miss playing this every Sunday with all of you. But we're going to go out with a bang. Maybe, hopefully, not too much of a bang that kills the character. But
Did someone say bang?
No.
This is all you did it. You ran into it.
Cancelled. Okay. Nice. So I'm going to start off again because I always forget this bit. I say that I've actually not forgotten it 3 out of 5 episodes now, but I'm going to start this episode off by telling everyone about the amazing giveaway that we have going on. And this week is the big one. It's the mega bundle. The lovely folks over at Goblin Archives have been very, very, very generous. They have provided us with itch codes to win a copy of the core Liminal Horror zine plus all of the modules. So that is, now let me see if I can remember them off the top of my head. That is the Mall, the Bureau, Night at the Shelterwood Inn, and the Bloom, which is the one that we are currently playing. And the Bloom has actually just released its Ashcan version with layout and everything like that. It is looking hot. I have perused over it this morning. It's looking pretty damn cool. But my players should definitely have a look at it, but like after we've played. Because otherwise you're going to spoil it for yourselves. But yeah, it's looking really, really great. So definitely just exclamation mark liminal, all as one complete word. And you will be in with a chance to win 5 zines for this game. And it is a really, really, really great game. So without further ado, I will quickly go over some safety stuff and then we will introduce ourselves. I feel like I do everything in a different order every week, but that's okay.
You got to keep people on their toes.
It's a horror actual play, everyone, which means that there might be some themes that might make people a little uncomfy. So I'm going to read out the content warnings for the Bloom module itself. They include body horror, graphic violence, harm to animals, fungi. I said it. I've broken that barrier at last. Loss of autonomy, institutional mismanagement, and religion. And the primary theme throughout is complacency. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. Let's start with Jen Bird. And I will try to fix my captions in the meantime.
For reference, I literally just dropped Kat a message saying that, wow, your captions have shat the bed in record time.
I know. That's why I started.
Hello, friends. It is I. I am Jen, aka Jen Burb. I am the CAO or cow of Girls Run These Worlds. I can be found over at Jen Burb. What? Don't look at me like that, Kat.
You let out a mournful moo.
I do let out a mournful moo. I'm an amalgamation. And that's me. Back to you in the cryptid studio, Kat.
Back to me in the cryptid studio. Oh, my captions are back, everyone. Cool. Who's next? Let's go. I'm going to go for some order this time. Let's go for Shears.
Hello, live from the field. My name is Bloodthread Shears, Shears for short. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Christina Tino Miller. Tino's pronouns are she, her. And yeah, I'm going to take this over to the weather. Be mindful of some falling cows and some flying ones for some reason, because there is a storm coming.
We'll get there in the recap for those of you in chat that might be confused right now. Cool. Let's go with Pond next.
This is Pond coming live to you from my mom's basement. Today I am playing Gertrude Lanson, pronouns she, her. My pronouns are they, them. I am a granny hunting for Sasquatch, about to fight an amalgamation. Amalgamation? It's too early for this. Back to you in the studio, Kat.
Back to me in the studio. And last but not least, look, she's so excited. So excited. It is Player Cat.
Hi, that's me. I'm Player Cat. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing Agatha Doyle, aka Aggie, aka Grandma, aka platonic life partner of Gertie.
AKA done with this shit.
AKA maybe about to be eaten by the moo, whatever the heck we just said. Back to you in the studio, GM Cat.
This is my favorite bit, and I'm gonna miss it so much. Yes, Arnica Ross. I have been doing coffee puns for every single episode, and Jen has been slowly losing their mind over it. And I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
I need you to know that because of the time slot Ryu has not been able to watch, and earlier this week they were like, is Liminal Horror about coffee? We were like, yes, but also no.
Yes and no.
This one hits.
You know, it was never meant to be.
Redacted is about coffee, but
it was never meant to be, but it suddenly became one of the sole focuses of the show. All right. I guess we will I guess we'll catch everyone up to where we left off and maybe explain why we keep talking about amalgamation.
Amalgamation. A fucking sad cow, guys. It's a sad cow.
With chickens.
Chickens and a guy.
And JJ.
Don't forget the goat. Don't forget the goat.
Oh, there's a goat there too.
Obviously. On I love the sound effects. Keep that up. Previously on Liminal Horror, our lovely adventuring party found some terrifying things at the campground. They decided to go home, have a rest. A storm hit and rocked Coldwater. Damage was done to buildings, and that was definitely the storm. People went missing. The bloom grew larger, and the doom advanced. And then they woke up and they decided, you know what, the campground, it wasn't enough danger for me. Watching a cop get mauled by a bear was fun. We would quite like to see more fun.
Fun?
Don't bears like pigs?
So let's go to this farm where we're pretty sure someone so off they went, and you found what you were looking for, which is entrance to the underground cave system, or what you believe to be an entrance to the underground cave system, and a little bit more insight into what exactly might be going on here in Coldwater. But you also found something that you might not have been looking for. Well, I mean, you did find JJ, the farmer. What's left of JJ?
More like what's more of JJ?
No.
What's more?
Big
Well,
brother.
something that you might have noticed, apart from the horses, there was a real lack of farm animals on JJ's farm, but you did find them eventually inside JJ's bedroom, trapped inside, and these two grannies couldn't resist. They had to help those distressed sounding farm animals. Unfortunately, 3 of JJ's chickens, JJ's goat, and JJ's cow have accidentally morphed into one single being. We will now be referring to it as the Chimera. It is waiting for you inside the bedroom, and that is pretty much where we left off. It doesn't look happy to have been disturbed.
I think there was a lot of swearing streaming out the window for Kit and Tino to hear from. I think it was Sam.
Yes.
Chimera.
Chimera.
Okay,
that wasn't
fine.
me. That wasn't me. That was the Billy.
Thank you, Billy.
I'm
all right,
adding
everyone,
it to the pun
stream's
counter.
cancelled. Good day. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so now the one I knew that there would be a little bit of preparation that I would forget to do, and it was to remember initiative order. That was good, wasn't it? Okay, so if I'm remembering correctly, I believe that our beloved Tino was last. I believe that Sam was only just above Tino. I believe that I'm going backwards because this is how my brain works. I believe the Chimera came before that. I'm calling it the Chimera now. We're going. Horror AP my ass. This is just a Benny Hill skit. That's what this is. Okay. So there was the Chimera, and then oh my goodness, who was first?
Was it
Kit?
It was Kit.
Yeah,
Kit
because of the natural one.
Like the wind.
Kit rolled the natural one.
Gertie.
Kit, Gertie, Aggie.
Aggie.
Gertie went before Aggie because I went in terms of decks anyway, but Aggie is currently on the floor.
On the floor.
No, wait, Aggie's a little bit older now, so we don't say Aggie's fallen over. We say Aggie's had a fall.
Fall.
But can they
Life
get up?
alert! Life alert!
Yeah, this is how we know.
In the classic move, I have forgotten my dice, so give me 2 seconds.
You go for it. You've got a little bit of time. So we're gonna start with Kit. We're diving straight into combat. You are outside. The moment that you hear distressed screaming from your grandmas, frantic mooing, bleating, and clucking, and also Sam screaming at the top of their voice, "Holy fork and shit balls!" You, I guess, run in there.
I do. First off, thank you so much for the raid, Miss Winford. Lovely to have you all here on this fine Sunday morning, just in time for me to please run into the house and follow the sounds of mournful moos and many and a bunch of swear words.
All right. You ran like the wind. You get inside, and I will say that you get a little bit of the way up the stairs, enough that you can see a rather disturbing sight.
So I can see the Kimura.
You can see the Kimura. it is a cow, a goat, and 3 chickens. They have become one single disgusting mass of flesh, fungi, and mycelia. There's a lot of mushrooms growing on them that's kind of fusing them together in really strange ways. There's legs sticking out everywhere, wings sticking out everywhere, many heads.
So I think what happens is Granny and Grandma, you hear, me too, you hear the sound of, little pitter-patter of kit feet coming up the stairs, and you just hear them yell, Granny, Grandma, what's going on? And then, like, halfway through the sentence, you see them just stop short and stare at this amalgamation of a Kimura.
Amalgamation.
The amalgamation of a Kimura, and just go, I think you've got the tunnel under the barn beat. And that's my turn.
Amazing. So you get up to the top, you see this thing, you make a quippy one-liner, common for the horror genre, and that, I guess, is the end of your go. I guess you don't have anything very ranged, that, like weapon-wise, that you can. You got a bear mace, and that's. Do you have bear mace?
I think yes. I think
I
Granny gave me bear mace.
I did. I gave. It is a blast. It is not a direct.
Right.
I think I'm just throwing that out there.
Maybe Granny and Grandma are. I think Granny and Grandma are in the way, and I do not want to kill my grandmas.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's bear mace. It's not going to kill
them.
them.
Blind. It's fine. It was me itchy.
I will say that it would most likely make things significantly worse for poor Aggie.
Yeah.
Should you shoot the bear mace in that direction, who's already having a tough time of it. But yes, you don't have any kind of gun that you could try to aim with. So that will be the end of your go.
Yeah.
I
don't want to use the fishing rod on it because I would like to keep it away from me.
Good idea. We will then move on to Pond. Gertie is lined, primed, and ready.
Ready to go,
Gertie
baby.
suspicion.
Gertie's ready. Aggie, keep your head down. And then I'm gonna line it up and bang. Do I roll to attack?
Are you spanking the Kimura?
I am spanking the Kimura.
I'm putting this in no context.
Did you just say spank? I need to really ask you that first.
I did. I said bang. It was
okay.
Not better.
I definitely heard spank.
That's not better.
Both cats heard spank.
I heard I line it up and
spank. So exactly what I heard.
Also, to be clear, the quote "I bang the Kimura" is not.
Does Gertie understand what she's supposed to do with this?
Yeah,
stuff?
like, to be clear, I bang the Kimura is not better.
It's not better. I just want to shoot the Kimura with the hunting rifle.
Okay?
That's what I want to do. I don't want to bang or spank the Kimura.
Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So attacking.
Okay.
Gertie, it's
okay,
not
so
the
there
time.
are no rolls to hit. Okay,
I do roll to hit.
You don't.
Oh, okay. It's just a D8
You do not miss. There are only varying levels of damage. So you roll your weapon die.
It's a D8.
Yes.
4.
Okay, so you rolled a 4. This thing has a level of armor, which subtracts to make it a 3. So you have hit this thing for 3 damage, and like you with your health points. It also has health points, and you have subtracted a number of those currently. So you've not done any damage, as it were, yet. You kind of bitten into its shield that was kind of protecting it. But you've made a start, let's put it that way. All right. So that's your go. Is there anything else that you are doing?
I don't know if I can.
You can move up to 40 feet and basically take one action. So your action was to shoot it.
Yeah.
You can do movement as well, and I'll allow you to kind of like call things out and say things if you want to. And
yeah, I'm basically going to tell Aggie to get behind me. Like, come on, Aggie, get behind me, please. I can't lose you with this thing today. And then that's gonna be my turn.
By the way, Gertie, you are on cloud 9 because I'm telling you right now, this is the
This
closest
is your
thing that you
fucking
ever
dream.
seen. This
Gertie?
looks like a cryptid. This is what you imagined.
I want to be clear here. Gertie is concerned for Aggie, but if anyone were to look truly at Gertrude's face, the biggest fucking smile with a glimmer, like Gun is trained, but Gertie's just like, like there's just it's pure adrenaline and joy.
You would also see like a similar vibe coming from Sam, who looks terrified, but terrified in the most excited way.
Yeah,
just
Sam
like
and I are on
literally
cloud
just like,
9.
they're real.
It's
They're
so
real.
Everything I've been looking for, and then that's my turn.
All
also,
right.
welcome in Raiders. Hi.
Hi, Raiders. We have more Raiders.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Raiders.
Yeah,
Hello.
hello. Thank you so
Oh
much.
my goodness.
And
Yeah,
to
thank
Bidet
you
and
so
Squid,
much.
is that how you pronounce it? Well, Squid. Hello. Thank you
Squid.
Thank you for inking us. That was a sentence that I just said out loud. Look.
Thank you.
Look. Hi, friends. Thank you so much. Good morning. I'm so sorry that you had to show up and immediately hear that out of my mouth.
Yeah. And there they all go again. No, I'm just kidding.
And they're out of here.
To be fair, that is their raid cry, apparently. We've been inked, so you know what? If they're gonna leave because of that...
we have been inked, and we're very happy to have been inked. So excited. You are currently watching my lovely players fight a chimera that is literally an amalgamation of a cow, a goat, and 3 chickens, and they're really enjoying it.
Well, it's
you can
also
see how it's done.
consuming a body,
And
right?
it was trying to consume what was left of JJ. All right. So
I didn't like that detail.
What was left?
all right, Aggie, it's your go. You are currently on the floor.
On the ground, and I don't like it.
Your HP has sustained a little bit of damage. So here's what you can do. You can move. You'll take a little bit because you can normally get about 40 feet of movement. It will take half your movement to get up.
I was gonna ask. I can't remember. It's such a finite detail, but I can't remember if we said that I ended up like, am I on my buttock side, or am I like, did I fall forward?
You're like on all fours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. All right. I've got. I'm trying. I guess what I'm gonna try to do is swing my hiking pole to give a good old schmack across whatever face is closest to me, whether it be cow, goat, or a chicken head, to use that as like an opportunity to then like crawl backwards, like to then get up and step backwards if I can. However much you'll allow me, because I understand I'm on the floor.
All right. I mean, it's a modestly sized farmhouse. It's not huge landings. I will allow you to take. Are you staying on the floor to take a swing?
Yes.
And then you're gonna try and crawl
because
back.
I'm right there,
Okay.
so I'm just gonna whack.
So what I want you to do is whatever the damage is for your hiking pole, I want you to roll that die twice and take the lower amount of damage, because it's going to be a bit more difficult for you to get the swinging motion, as it were.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 2d6s. That's so unfortunate.
Was 1 a 6 and 1 a 1?
Yeah. Of course it was.
All right. You give the thing, you really go in, but then you just slightly topple.
Or maybe it's just the chicken head.
And you just clip the chicken's beak and it goes lets out this little like buckle. I just want you all to know that Millie just went, huh? Okay, so you clip this chicken's beak, and you once again you kind of got into its health recovery points, but not quite into its main. Actually, in fact, it has an armor of 1, so you did nothing there. I just realized. I just remembered. I have an armor of 1, so you didn't know.
Did she hurt its dignity?
Yes. You did hurt its dignity.
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Aggie can handle that.
It's staring at you. Like the rest of them are probably like kind of trained on like Gertrude and Sam, because they're making a lot of noise right now. But that one chicken has got it out for you.
You wanna go, you little clucking fuck?
Okay.
One thing that I learned from Zelda games is to not piss off the chickens, I will say.
So you can move backwards. And I will say that you can probably get to about level with Gertie.
That's fine.
Not quite behind yet. But you can definitely get to about like lined up with, next to, as it were.
Cool.
Sam is a little bit further back. Because Sam went into the other room that was opposite and then came back out as you kicked the door in, or and then fell. All right. So now I'm actually gonna roll, because you're about level, and there is that one chicken that is looking at you, but most are looking at Gertie. So I'm gonna roll to see who is gonna be
the instincts of the rest, or the vengeance of the one.
Oh, the vengeance of the one.
Would you rather fight one chicken or
an amalgam?
One horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? The eternal struggle.
They are going for you, Aggie.
Hell yeah, they are.
The vengeance of the one prevails.
Hell yeah, they are.
Has overridden
that one fucking chicken.
That one clucking fuck.
I told you don't piss off the chickens.
That little mother clucker is after you.
Come at me.
So, you watch as this chicken lets out this just indignant, and then the rest of these animals just whip their head round towards you, and the goat lowers its head.
Don't you do it!
start to stamp, and they run forward and they slam into you.
No.
I'm guessing that means no opportunity for my 4 decks to try to move myself out of the way.
Well, let's see. No.
Maggie, my wife.
So
Kid just goes, I knew it.
3 damage.
What was that?
So 3. So how much do you you don't have any armor, do you?
No. I just
how
have
much
one...
HP do you have left?
It looks like I had 1 out of 4 last.
1 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that goes into your main strength. So you are now
take
at
2
0.
down.
You take 2 down from your main strength. That's correct.
That's okay.
And what that means is, in terms of combat, is that your next go, you are kind of stunned. You're out of action. You're skipping a turn.
Okay.
I will allow, just for speed and everything like that, I will allow you to use that go to rejuvenate yourself and take your HP back, but you won't be allowed to do anything else with your go. I will put it out there that I am slightly playing with the combat rules. This is not rules as written, but this is just because we are on an AP and we are on limited time. So we do not have weeks and weeks of recovery as some things might require. So we're gonna go with just you're gonna miss a turn and you're gonna take that turn to reload your HP, basically.
So very deep breath.
Just take a moment. Just take a moment. All right. Okay. So, actually, what that actually also means is you've just gained critical damage because it went into your strength. You have just gained critical damage. So that for this particular creature has an extra effect. So roll a d10 for me.
Let me find a d10. Hang on just a fracking moment, huh? Would those random pills that I have on me do anything?
That's right, I forgot we have.
I don't know.
I have 4 pills, 4 rando pills.
You would have to eat them to find out.
I would. I don't have an action though, so I'm just gonna roll this d10, and I rolled a 4.
A 4. Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, okay,
the best one I could get.
You've gained a fallout. And this is a fallout that Tino might actually recognize. You feel as this goat's horns do kind of like make impact, as it were. They're sharper, and they've got like little strange looking little barbs on them you didn't notice before. And they kind of as they dig into you, you see this kind of little very small puff of yellow as it's kind of injects these spores into your skin. The goat then withdraws, shakes its head, and you look down expecting your shoulder to be bleeding. It's not bleeding. In fact, the skin begins to knit itself together very, very quickly. And you have gained the fallout. It's the same one that Tino has. Coagulation, which means you don't bleed. Mycelic fibers stitch together your wounds. And every day you heal D2 strength damage, but it will take up a slot in your inventory.
Yeah. Got it.
Not right now, though. You don't heal it right now.
No. No. Aggie just looks down and is like, oh my, it's stitching itself together. It's not like the crocheting that you do, Gertie.
Granny, do you crochet skin?
Apparently.
Grab a gutty crochet skin. Okay. So that's the creature has had their turn. It's now Sam's turn. Sam is going to roll. They're gonna do, so let's just see. Ooh, that was not bad at all from Sam. Sam's had plenty of time to line this shot up. Okay. So, what you will notice, Sam has like a tranquilizer gun. Fires his tranquilizer gun into this creature. Let me just get it up. Just move this. Oh, no. Okay. It removes the rest of its hit points, first of all. And what this tranquilizer gun seems to be doing is targeting its dex instead. It hit it very well. So you can see that this creature begins to go a little, it gets a little slower. It seems to be a little bit more sluggish, and finding it a little bit more difficult to control the movements of its many legs, shall we say.
The movements?
The
movement.
of its many legs. So let's put that down. Okay, good job, Sam. All right, Tino, it's your go. I am presuming that you are doing something very similar to Kit, but please tell me.
After hearing the screams and seeing their older sibling run towards the house, Kit is going to run as fast as she can and a mug is summoned in her hand and she will drink it. It burns on the way down. And as soon as she gets up there, and she sees like the big thing, like, Granny, Kit, Auntie, what's going? What?
A cow, a goat, a chicken, and a chicken. Kit answers.
Just filling her in.
She's just like staring at it.
All right. So you're about halfway up the stairs, because you have the same movement speed as Kit, so you get to about the same spot. And you are staring in shock and maybe a little bit of wonder. Definitely a lot calmer than everyone else seems to be. Let's get back to the top of the round then. Is that everything that you were going to do, Shears?
I want to try something, but if that's extra, I can wait.
What was it that you wanted to try? Because I believe you do have, because you have magic, so you have like a ranged thing. You can do it ranged. So I will allow it from where you are, because you're halfway up the stairs. If it's an attack that you're going to try, I will say that you are a little bit disadvantaged from your angle, just because there's quite a lot of people in the way.
Rather than attack, she wants to keep her grannies and aunties and her older sibling safe. So she's going to try and go into the deep recesses of her noodle noggin to put up a protective wall.
So you want to attempt to like shield?
Yes.
Okay. I will get you to do, and again, I'm playing with the mechanics here, but I kind of like the magic of all this. I will get you to do a control save for me. Okay. And depending on how successful you are with that or unsuccessful, because your magic is very chaotic and a little unpredictable at times, will determine the results. Because you're trying to shield, you're not trying to like attack the creature or anything. I won't impose any kind of disadvantage. So it's just going to be a straight roll, but a control save for me.
Okay, so 1 or 2d6?
So it's going to be a d20.
Oh, right.
And just see if you can. What is your control score?
9.
9. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So roll.
Oh crap. Who's gonna behave for me today? Okay. We got the medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3.
3.
Okay, everyone. Tino just rolled very, very well. So what that means is whatever your current HP is, so you're doing it as like a something out of something, right? So like 5 out of 5 or whatever. Add 3 onto that. But so if it was like 5 out of 5, it now becomes 8 out of 5, for example. You get a little bit of extra hit protection, and and it's not on a time limit, but once it's gone, it's gone. It's a little bit like temporary hit points, basically. So when you next have to do your like, oh, let me take a moment and recover, it won't go back up to that new number, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And everyone but Tino has that because she didn't put it on herself.
Okay, so it's everyone but Tina.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we all get that. I'm sorry.
You all get that, yes.
And that was added to our HP?
Added to your HP. So you all have a current HP something out something. So just add 3 on top of the first number.
So now I'm out to 3 out of 4. I'm not at 0 anymore.
Yes, you will. Now it's going to work a little bit differently for you because you went to 3, but when you recover, it's not going to go over the.
Oh no, it'll just go to 4.
Yeah, it will just go to 4. Because you
I
already,
assume.
sadly, but you do have a little bit of protection. So should Mother Clucker come after you again, you might be a little more protected.
Mother Clucker.
That little Mother Clucker. Okay. Let's move to the top of the round then. Oh no, before I do that, magic, I need you to roll another control save for me, I think, to see if you recover your magic or if that is your magic gone for the day. And obviously you've all kind of watched as I've allowed for role play purposes, like coffee and things to come up in this, but for the most part Tino's magic has got a limit. And so there's a control save every time to see if you recover it or not. So let me just get that up. You roll for me, same thing, d20 I believe.
All right, so yeah, that's gone. I rolled a 16.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay. Let me just check that 100%. I just want to make sure that I do this correctly. Tend to retain spell. You must also now mark yourself as deprived, and add fatigue to your inventory, because doing magic is costly. Tapping into the liminal is costly. All right, go on. You're muted.
Yeah. After the magic is depleted, Tina looks a lot more gaunt.
Okay. Do you know what? Because that was quite a cool thing to do, I'm feeling a little bit generous. I'll make it a +5 instead of a +3. So Grandma Aggie, you are actually 1 extra over what you were supposed to be. But you still will not be able to do anything on your next turn.
Spoiled.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go to the top of the round. Kit, it's your turn.
Hello. Hi. Hello. So
you're muted.
Hello. Hi. Hello. So Kit's going to kind of like look at the base, the bear mace.
I'm removing your new hit points just. No, I'm just kidding.
So I assume everyone's kind of like up in everything, and it's going to be difficult to get the Kimura amalgamation without also getting my grandma's, correct?
You can move a little. You can move to a better position. Okay. What do you have on you, weapon wise?
That's the thing. I was going to ask if it might be better or safer to use the knife.
You can, yeah. So you can even get up in its face. It's currently like very much engaged with Aggie, as it were. So you're in a much better position now. You would be able to get to it, as it were, to get right up in its face, or you could. It's okay, Siri. You could also get into a position where you could spray the bear mace and not get your friends and family if you would prefer to do that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to kind of look at my hands, look at this knife with the glowy mold on it, accept the kinship there. You gotta stop drinking when I'm talking, because like this is just gonna keep happening.
I never drink while you guys are playing with me because I will just end up like
I'm going to acknowledge and accept the kinship. And I am going to take the knife. I'm going to kind of like hold it, you know, stabby style. And I'm just cowabunga it is then. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna charge this goat chicken cow chicken thing. And I'm going to go for cowabunga. I'm just gonna go and stab it.
So you're gonna stab it. What's your knife's damage?
D6.
Okay, roll a d6 for me.
Okay. Yes, let me just drop all of my work shit.
Cut off one of these damn chicken heads.
Well, that's a 6.
Hey!
I heard that kitty. Which kitty was that?
No,
It is,
no.
it's
I
cat kitty.
So, update for everyone. Both cats now have at least one cat. So it's important to know. Yeah, that's a 6.
6. Great. Well done. Now let me just see. Is there a rule for critical damage for you?
The rule should be it dies instantly.
The rule should be it loses at least 3 of its chicken heads.
Okay. Sadly, no. But you are now getting into the meat of its strength, as it were.
Ew.
Yeah, that was kind of gross the way I did that, wasn't it? Okay, so you go straight in. It does have a little bit of armor, so it was actually only 5 damage.
I have armor
but
too,
it's
bitch.
Straight into its strength, and it does start to like weaken a little bit. You can see that like those kind of like that one cow leg and one chicken leg firmly holding it up kind of buckle a little bit at the force of your stabbing.
You just kind of see like, you leave my grandmas alone.
Amazing. And yes, you've done a really good amount of damage to it actually. Cool. Is that everything you're doing? Are you moving away?
Nope.
Or
I am standing.
staying in?
I am standing in between the amalgamation and an Aggie.
Cool. Love it. All right. Looks like it's Gertie's go.
Okay. I see my grandbaby is attacking this thing. Is there a way that I can sort of like sidle and not risk hitting my grandchild with my hunting rifle? Or
Yeah, you got 40 feet of movement. You can get a good
better angle.
Do you know what? Actually, because you're quite roll. No, don't worry about it. It's 40 feet. You can do it.
Okay.
You got it.
Ooh, that made me nervous. Okay. So I'm going to try. I'm gonna try and get myself into a position where I don't have to worry about accidentally hitting any of my family members that I care about. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shoot it. Get away from my grandbaby.
All right, roll your shot.
Ooh, that's a 7.
A 7.
The kickback hurts my shoulder, but that's okay.
I could introduce that mechanic, you know.
If
but
you
I
want
won't.
to, I'll take it.
If you want to.
All right. I'll be honest with you guys. It's looking pretty hurt.
Don't.
It's looking almost there.
What if it looked dead instead?
Where's the fun in that? All right. Other cat, player cat, tell me what. Oh no,
I'm catching my breath.
You're catching your breath.
That's it.
You.
I'm actually using the hiking pole to lean on it, to use it for what it's meant to be used for. It's a support system.
Because we've got a little bit of a cinematic thing going on, I will say that you're kind of barely staving off these kind of clucking chickens trying to peck at you with this hiking pole. Like, get off!
Get your damn beaks out of here!
All right, you are catching your breath. It is now the turn of the Kaimura, and it, I think, because it's feeling pretty attacked from all angles, it's gonna take out the big guns. So let's see what it does first. Okay, so looking at all of you, kind of its various heads whipping around, it kind of stops for a second, and then all of their heads, their mouths just like kind of loll open, and their tongues come lashing out.
Get the
Are you saying that it's giving us a tongue lashing?
No, stop.
Goodbye, everybody.
Why?
I'm leaving the stream.
And they whip out all around and whack all of you. So you
a tongue AoE?
Yes, a tongue AoE, a mycelia whip. These tongues are covered in little mushrooms. I'm not going to go too far into it, but it's gross.
Jesus Christ.
It's disgusting.
There was no consent here for tongues to be involved.
And they hit all of you. You take 3 points of damage, but I don't think that will do anything more than go into your HPs because of Tino's shielding. Am I correct in assuming that?
Yes, Tino.
Yes.
Thank you
Perfect.
for saving our lives.
Dear gods.
All right.
Monster. No, chat. No.
We're not.
Raven gets me.
No.
Raven, go
okay.
to AO3.
So, what then happens is Sam, seeing that it's almost dead, also has a sort of hiking pole at their side, gets that moment of bravery, comes running over, raises the hiking pole. Let's see if gives it a damn good try. Runs over and goes, and then swings so wide because the armor just immediately deflects even the 1 damage that they managed to do. So Sam is out the game. So you're all just surrounding this thing.
Aggie's just like, oh, I get it. The hiking pole's not enough.
Tino, I think it might be your go now. It is very, very nearly dead.
So while the magic is gone and Tino is looking basically how Gertie found her, she is going to like cryptid appear in like a blink of an eye and summon like a giant mug, like, you know those giant ceramic mugs that look like a stein?
They're exclusively what I have in my kitchen. Yes.
They're great. She summons that, and she just looks at it like, and you hear the deep chest male voice. Drink.
Oh.
Kit's just kind of like, I don't think it has opposable thumbs, Dino.
So what is it that you're trying to do here? Because obviously you are out of like magic, so you can't really use your cup or anything to do anything that would attempt to. Are you trying to do the same thing that you did with the bear?
Yeah.
Similarly, trying to compel it to drink. What? Okay. I will allow you to make, in this instance, a control save.
Okay. That's a 5.
A 5. Okay. Tell me what will happen to this creature when it drinks from your cup.
Like, even though like the magic is gone, she is pulling whatever she can from her own body, and it is causing a lot of pain. And her body's moving kind of like that skeleton I've been mentioned, like the stop motion skeleton, and like tilting her head and just saying, drink.
Yeah, but I want to know what the effect is going to be. Yeah.
It is going to be caustic. It is going to be essentially what happens when paint remover hits paint from the inside out. It's going to dissolve it from the inside out.
So because you are out of magic, which is what would normally do that effect, I will allow you to roll on a d6 and do the damage that whatever you do. However, because you don't have anything to draw from but yourself, whatever damage that you do to this creature will also be subtracted from you. Does that make sense? From your
perfectly fine.
It will be from your HP, and then whatever is left over will go into your control buffer. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's ready to like sacrifice a little bit of herself to save her family. And I appreciate
that, because you said about it causing you pain. This is why I'm allowing this. This is me making shit up on the fly.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
So
it's a 4.
A 4. Okay. So you do kill. You do 4 points of damage to this chimera. As it it's like agitated and it's stressed, but the moment that you tell it to drink, it almost kind of becomes animal-like again for a second, and all of these heads just kind of move towards this thing as if it was like going towards its sort of feeding trough, and begins to lap it up, and it doesn't even seem to feel the pain at first. It doesn't even seem to feel the pain at first, and then she's found a box, so
it's over. It's over
if
now.
It fits, she sits.
Yeah, she can sit. So and it does. It kind of drinks it. It drinks the whole mug, and then it shudders, and just lets out this awful pain squeal before kind of collapsing to the floor. What did you have left in your hit points?
I was at 4 out of 4, so that's gonna take me out.
So it takes you down to 0. Obviously you can take a moment to bring that back up, but if you had rolled 5 or a 6, that would have gone into your control. Does that make sense?
Yes. I think after that she just stands up and says, "Don't hurt my family."
Oh,
plop.
Dino.
Oh,
it's just like God. Like that little moment of like plop, face down.
All right. So Farmer Kaimura is well and truly dead. For the sake of brevity, all that was in that room was what was left of JJ and this Kaimura. There's not really anything else to find in there. So what do you guys want to do next?
So, you found this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
We found a
Gertrude is taking
tunnel
pictures.
What tunnel?
under the
Yeah,
barn.
you're probably right, Gertie. You're probably right.
Under the barn.
I'll snag a couple photos too.
And we need evidence.
Gertie immediately starts taking pictures. You know Sam is doing the same, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Kit is going to be kind of like, while they're all huddled around it, Kit is going to go a little bit out to the side and take a family selfie.
Tino is still face down, passed out.
Got a little blankie on her back.
When I say take a moment, it really is only take a moment. You don't need to actually like take half an hour or
Oh no, she's just like face down, like I'm so tired. Why did that hurt?
Yeah, you've never done anything like that before, and that really hurt. So you weren't quite expecting it. So you know that doing that again, like that will come at cost. If you continue to use that as a method, that will come at cost. Probably I will go ahead and just warn you now, that will come at a stacking cost, because you are really using magic when your magic has run out. So if you want to do that again next time, it will be 2d6, then it will be 3d6. I will continue to stack it up because you shouldn't really be able to do that now. Okay.
Yeah, we found the tunnel under the barn.
Can we just talk about the fact that the cat here just knocked something over or did something, and then player cat responded to it? Like, they are in sync.
Amazing.
But we're just the background in their story, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they're the main.
They're communicating. What are you doing?
Let's go to the barn. I guess.
A tunnel. That thing was awful. Oh, and that's that's a little bit of JJ. I gotta get out of this room. Nope.
Yeah.
And Aggie is walking right away.
Granny Aggie,
Huh?
can you help me up, please?
Yeah, get on over here. And I will go and I will help Tino up.
She gives you a hug.
Oh, that's nice. That's
I'm
nice.
sorry I scared you.
No, you didn't scare me. The 3 chicken moo thing he did.
Kit,
Hi, that's me.
can you come here for a second? I gotta talk to you.
I go and see I go and see Granny.
As Aggie and Tino walk away, Gertie's gonna pull Kit in. All right. If things get wild down there, underneath the barn, it's your job to get everybody out, okay?
You mean everybody, right?
Yeah.
Is Granny lying through her teeth?
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'll do my best, but I've got the biggest gun and I'm the most prepared for this, and everybody else. Look at your grandma. Look at your grandma. Look at Tino.
Which one?
I'm like using the hiking pole to like walk out of the room.
Yeah, I can't get them both out by myself.
I know you can't. That's why Sam will help you. I'll do my best to help you, but like, understand the truck is yours if I die, okay? That's all I'm saying. I love you so much. And then I'm gonna give a big hug.
Can Aggie's ears have only caught that last part of like the truck is yours? And I'm like, the truck's not yours to give away, Granny. What the hell are you talking about?
Wait, Granny's giving away the truck?
And for a second, Gertie feels like a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of like tension, and then this super tight like embrace back. And like little pats on the back of the ghillie suit. We're all gonna get out of here, Granny.
I love you, kid.
I love you,
Oh my
Granny.
god, I keep forgetting and then getting reminded about the ghillie suit.
Yeah, it's 100% on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing.
Oh,
The hood is
100%.
business time.
I would not have expected anything else. You are wearing the ghillie suit.
There's also coming out from like the neck hole is like there's like the little pearl string that's attached to the glasses, you know, that keep because you have to.
Is there like little bits of moss like glued onto the pearl?
Yeah. There's like little bits of moss. I think that honestly what happened is the moss just got stuck in the like chain that holds the glasses, so it's like tucked up. But yeah, heartfelt moment had. Now we can go hunt cryptids in the basement of the barn.
Also, briefly, Kit kind of like just like mutters into your ear. If I bite the dust, don't let Tino drive. Give her my bike.
I'll give her. I promise you, I won't let her drive ever. But the bike we can do.
I need the bike if I live, but like if,
Yeah.
like if I kick it, then you know.
Yeah, if you kick it, don't worry. Don't worry. Granny's got you, baby. Granny's got you. Okay.
I love you, Granny.
I love you too, sweetheart. Let's go kick some ass.
Let's go
All
kick
right,
some
so you're gonna head
asses.
into the cave entrance.
Into the secret
Into the
tunnel.
cave.
Let's fucking go.
I feel like it's important for
All
us
right.
to note that the end of the song goes and die, so this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, I'm just going to quickly remind everyone that we are running a giveaway for a mega bundle of this particular game and all of its little modules that have been created by Goblin Archives. We're very grateful that they provided some codes so that we could give this away. So it is going to be for the Liminal Horror Zine. It is going to be for the Mall, the Bureau, the Bloom, and Night at the Shelterwood Inn. All of which are really fun, very different modules, and if kind of like liminal, like internet creepypasta, SCP Foundation. I mean, like if horror is your thing, particularly internet horror, then this is definitely like a really good game to have fun with. And we're having a ton of fun with it. I want to make a suggestion. I want to field it with my players. Shall we go to break 15 minutes early, come back at 4:30, and then just like kind of go from the caves there? How does that sound to everyone?
That sounds like a nice stopping point.
That's
for
kind of
now.
perfect, yeah.
We'll pause.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go to break now. We're going to be back at 4:30. Thank you all for joining us. Those of you that are here right now with us,
Stick around.
Yeah, ! Liminal if you want to enter the giveaway. Have fun. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Everyone looks mildly shocked. Hi, we're back. And we're ready to go and face whatever is going to be in these caves. Before we do, if you are new and are just joining our stream, you could win a giveaway. So exclamation mark liminal to enter yourself. You could win a copy of this game, which is Liminal Horror, and then the module that we're playing, the Bloom, as well as 3 other modules, the Mall, the Bureau, or Mall Bureau, and Night at the Shelterwood Inn. So that is 5 zines that you could win. It is a bit of a mega bundle today, so please do enter the competition to be in with a chance of grabbing all 5 of those. Cool. We just left our players having faced down and overcome the great adversary known as the Chimera. And now, in your favor, yes. Now they have just been updated by Tino and Kit, who last session had found an entrance into the caves, which is what our investigators had been looking for. So you make your way back into the barn, and you all see, as exactly as Tino and Kit described, there is this quite large cavernous crack in the barn that seems to, it's sort of in the cellar area, so it's underneath the barn really, and it does seem to lead into what looks to be a cave system. It is relatively narrow, but wide enough to take in. There is a sort of 4 or 5 big barrels that are literally plastered with every warning label under the sun of just like highly explosive danger type stuff. 4 or 5 barrels of ammonium nitrate. And last session you found a note on one of them that basically said, I need to kill it. I need justice for my family, in JJ's writing. On the other side of that note, once you pick it up, you find what has been put helpfully in our little box, our little overlay box, an annotated map. It's not overly descriptive. It seems that JJ has been down here and has done a little bit of exploring and has annotated things for you, but goodness knows what is meant by garden, throne room. It seems a little lacking in description, shall we say. However, you can use it as to kind of guide your way around this area that you are about to enter, and you make your way in, and where you find yourself, and it is annotated on the map, it's not on this bit, but where you find yourself is you are walking in via entrance A into room 1, which has been labeled as the catacombs. What you find as you kind of walk in is so it is a very steep and narrow, as I already previously described, passageway from Heinz Farm. As you kind of walk through it, some of the there's like little alcoves, and a sort of lichen is growing in this corridor, and it's got a slight blue hue to it, probably telling you that you're heading the right way. Obviously, everyone, it's dark down here, and it's a bit difficult to see. You have flashlights and things on your phones,
Unless you're Gertie, right?
Unless
It's
you're
not
Gertie,
difficult for
absolutely.
me to see.
It's not difficult for Gertie to see at all, and Sam as well seems to be walking with quite a, as if they kind of,
sunshine.
yeah.
God
Sam
damn it.
and Gertie seem to be absolutely fine, but the rest of you are having to like get your phones out. What you will also notice as you walk into this area is Kit is ever so slightly glowing. It's not just the hands. The hands kind of show up most, and he's obviously wearing gloves now, but just the whole skin just seems to have this slight tinge, this slight blue glow to it as you get into absolute darkness.
You have a damn nightlight. What the hell happened over here?
Tino will should basically like, Kit, you're a nightlight.
Granny, Sam, anything to add?
No, I already said it. You look like a damn nightlight. That's all there is to it. What happened?
Wait,
you look like the glowy mushrooms. That's right. I forgot about the hands. A lot has happened, Kit.
The knife. I look like the knife with less blood.
Just for the record, I don't have anything to add, okay? I feel like I saw a lot of shit back there, and so nothing surprises me anymore. I'm just putting that out there. Like, you're glowing, you making magic with your hands. I'm out of fucks to give. I'll be honest with you. I'm out of fucks to give.
I can't blame you for that, Sam. I watched the hole in my shoulder stitch itself up with the yellow pollen. I don't know what's going on.
Right. You do too?
Yep, it happened. I don't know. It went away. There was no blood, and there was yellow.
Tino checks your shoulder.
Gertie, as you're kind of walking into these, and you kind of make your way out into these catacombs, you realize, as everyone else has been talking, you've been like a little bit distracted. You've been sort of joining in with the conversation, but you've been a little distracted, and you realize what it is now. That pull that you've been occasionally feeling, it's coming from here. This is where the pull wants you to be, and it is stronger now. And as you kind of get into these catacombs, you get the sense that, as well as this thing that is pulling you, something else in these catacombs is wandering. You're not sure where, you're not sure what room it's in or where it's moving to, but there's a sense of something is patrolling, something is around, and you get the sense that just as you know it's here now that you've entered the space, it also knows you're here now that you've entered the space. But you hear nothing, you see nothing, apart from this area described as catacombs. And it is, and you can see now, kind of like a burial chamber. It's very old. There are carved alcoves that seem to contain actual bones that have been lain to rest. So this is clearly where people were actually buried, in this sort of cavern at some point. Some of the alcoves contain bones that have kind of calcified at this point, but this lichen is growing over those bones that haven't yet calcified. This lichen is growing over. Yes, quick thing I will quickly address. I will say yes, Tino, that you have had enough of a moment that you can get your HP back. Certainly. Had a whole 15 minutes, shall we say. Yeah, so you've made it into this catacomb area. You can see that there is 3 kind of exits out of this catacomb. On the very left, you can see just vaguely what looks like a light, natural light, coming from that direction, down the passage in whatever that room is. The area leading into the sort of the center exit is quite narrow. And the final one on the very right, a sort of cool air is kind of a sort of slight cool breeze seems to be working its way out from there. But yeah, you can absolutely choose where you want to go. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot else around other than that in here.
Okay.
I mean, if there's
Kinda.
a light, we should go to the light, right?
Well,
Is there? What was that, Gertie?
I was looking at this little map here
Mhm.
on this paper from JJ, and I don't know about y'all, but I feel like the word heart seems important. Maybe.
Heart, maybe.
Yeah, good point.
Throne room sounds interesting.
It does.
Hellraiser sounds like a bad time.
I mean, we have to go through Hellraiser to get to Heart, either way.
Shit. All right. Well, you know, whatever I have to say doesn't matter then. Let's go.
I am curious about Throne Room.
I'm also curious about Throne Room.
So what if we go through the garden and through the discotheque for what the why is
the
there a
discotheque?
What's a discotheque?
That's a great question.
All right.
Explain it later.
You are free to explore all of these, by the way. I will give you what's inside of them if you want to.
I just want to warn you all. So you know how Kit glows?
Uh-huh.
I can see really well in the dark, which is just great. There's no negatives to that one at all.
Sam's like, oh, me too.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
great,
after
Sam.
I touched the.
I think
shit,
it's.
you think it could be the. That's another problem for another time.
Anyway,
time.
I'm also gonna say that I get this general sense in my bones that there's something else down here with us, and that it might maybe also know that we're down here with it. So
and just to be sure, Gertie, just to be sure, you know, you can tell the difference between like the aching bones and like this.
Oh, it's been calling to me.
Okay, not just the regular arthritis.
As you're talking about it, Gertie, you feel it move.
Oh.
You don't know where, but you feel it move.
Do you think it's the worms in the wormholes?
I really hope it's not. I mean,
in the hole?
Or did JJ miswrite it and it's a wormhole, not a wormhole?
Oh, that hurts my head a little bit.
Wait, hold on. Let me, I kind of look up at the ceiling. Anything, ghosties? Any info? Anything?
Join us.
Wow, that was actually creepy because that was literally what I was about to say. Not even out of the facility. Holy crap, it is raining hard. Not even out of the facilitator's mouth. You do hear like a sort of general, come find us. No real direction.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna need a little bit more help than that, guys.
Maybe if you say please, it'll help.
Okay. Please.
Join us.
I'm trying. Is it
right.
a worm? Is that what's here?
Worms.
We gotta pick a place and we gotta go.
Let's do it.
The ghosts want us to join them, which is not creepy at all.
I mean, that was an episode on General Hospital at one point.
Oh man, we haven't watched that in a long time. We need to find some time to sit down and watch a good episode of General Hospital.
I do want to go everywhere but the dump. I don't want campground shit.
Dang it. Yep. Nope. Nothing to do with it. Nope.
I am also very curious about the throne room, though.
Let's go to the throne room then. We could just sort of
party around.
We can do a nice breadth first search of this place.
All right, so I guess you're heading towards number 2?
Yeah.
The garden?
Yeah, because we're making our way over to,
Sure.
Or do we want to stop at wormholes briefly? Because
don't.
Okay.
Here it is. We have
that's
clip
fair.
it. Clip it.
I don't.
We can.
That is fair enough. That's a fair assumption, you know. All right. So you head to number 2, and you can see that it's been marked that maybe this is an entrance to by JJ into the forest somewhere. You kind of walk down a very long passage to get there, but as you get there, you can kind of see this light, and it does have this like strange dappling effect, which seems to indicate that perhaps that's the case. When you get there, so the ceiling of the cavern, parts of it have actually collapsed in. So there is actual daylight shining in, and it has caused vegetation in this area to absolutely thrive. There are beautiful, it's pretty to look at. There are plants everywhere. There's kind of this where the storm has been, and it's been raining really hard. There's this drip, this constant drip that's kind of giving the plants, I guess, their water and their nutrients. And it's gorgeous to observe. Every so often in this vegetation, it kind of rustles a little bit. But other than that, it's beautiful to observe. It's pretty still, and the sun is shining.
All right, well, this room seems pretty anticlimactic, so
onward
This
and
is so
well,
pretty.
downward.
I mean, I heard some rustling over there. Don't like it, so
We can just avoid it if that sounds.
That sounds very smart. It also could just be a rabbit.
I'm trusting Gertie's bones in this one, so I think that we just need to keep on moving.
Let's go to the discotheque.
To the discotheque it is.
To the discotheque.
Tino's just like, oh.
Come on, Tino.
Come on, sorry, there's stuff to take care of.
Okay.
General hospital later, I promise.
Yeah,
Yay!
it'll be great.
Roll dex saves for me, all of you. Control.
Oh.
Yeah, dex.
No, I'm gonna fall.
So am I. Oh, yep.
Oh,
I
that's not a D20.
Unless I roll a 2. Hell yeah.
You passed so many dex saves when your dex is a 4, and you failed so many strength when your strength is a 16. I do not understand how you were managing
I
this.
don't know either. Aggie is complicated.
So control save was a 9. I
No, so
rolled a
dex
7.
save.
Oh, dex. Yeah, also a 9, and I rolled a 7.
Okay, so you pass. Who fails? All right. You start to wind your way through this vegetation, and it's pretty twisted. It's growing wild here. There's nothing and no one.
Sorry, I'm using my hiking pole stick to like a machete. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Actually, let me roll for Sam. Actually, I need to know. Sam rolled a 4. Sam's dexy, it would seem.
Okay.
Okay, so you kind of hiking your way through. It's almost a little bit jungle-like. How much vegetation there is. It's denser even than the forest above that you're used to.
I was about to say the soil isn't even this good on the farms up there.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. But you can see as you're kind of making your way through, there are these pockets, especially in the darker areas where the dappling is, of these kind of blue, luminous mushrooms at this point, and you kind of avoid your way through those. Those of you that fail, as you kind of get towards the exit of the place, one whack of Aggie's stick, it clunks against the rock nearby, and there is this almighty ruckus from a nearby bush, and 4 or 5 possums come charging out, all a startle. Those that fail are obviously just knocked off their feet in surprise and fall. You take 2 points 2 points of damage as you kind of fall over. Unfortunate, yes. But you're able to kind of recover. It goes into your hit protection, but you're able to recover yourself and continue on. So your hit protection now is back to full. I will allow that you.
Question.
Yes.
Does armor affect things that come out of HP, right?
Yes, it does.
I have 2 more HP than I thought I did.
Yeah, so you have one armor, don't you?
I have 1 armor, so I should have 2 more hit points than I currently do because I forgot to subtract it from the other one too.
What do you mean?
At some point, I took 3 damage from something. I don't remember what.
Oh, from.
It was today. I just don't remember what.
The whip damage.
Yes. The tongue lashing. Yes. I forgot to subtract my armor from that and this one, so I have 2 more than I thought I did. So I have 2 of the temporary left.
Fine. That's absolutely fine. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. If you have armor at all, then you subtract that from physical damage. So anything that's from dex or strength. And then if you have something that gives you stability, you subtract that from stress damage, it's called. Okay. So you move on through to, you said the discotheque, didn't you? And this is back to being dark as you kind of walk into this cavern. It is a large domed cavern. Minerals are in the wall, so all around there's these like beautiful, like the walls almost look like they're shining and they're refracting the light that is coming from room 2, and making these kind of beautiful like patterns all along the walls, and it does remind you somewhat of the effect of a disco ball. But I think what gets your attention as you walk in is probably not the beautiful patterns. It is 5 humanoid figures standing in the center of the room. They are all facing each other, but they're kind of looking up at these patterns. They're glass-eyed and they're kind of swaying softly. They don't seem to have noticed you walking in.
I kind of lean over and I'm just like, I think we found the campers.
Oh my god. Did we say hello? No. Shh.
Sorry.
Does it look like the campers?
Do you know what? Roll for me, Gertrude and Aggie. Roll for me control saves just to see if you recognize any of these faces. The faces of the campers did come up on the news thing. And no, none of these are the campers.
Okay. I rolled a 9. My control is 9.
Okay.
I rolled a 14 and my control is a 16.
Okay. So a pass from both of you. You don't recognize any of them at first. The bodies look, I say the bodies, they look a little bit roughed up, shall we say. Their clothes are tattered. They're gaunt. Almost to the point of they're slightly wasting away. And so at first you kind of look at them and you're like, I don't recognize. And then both of you, probably around the same time, do recognize one of them. And it is one of the people that was said to be missing from last year's Cold Water Lake incident. one of Coldwater's residents, Tim.
Tim.
Oh God,
the logger.
it's Timmy.
It's Tim. All right. Okay. So,
Timmy?
I really like Tim.
uh,
Oh God,
okay. Hold on. I don't.
we got.
Mm-mm,
We can't.
mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm.
Okay,
Don't look up. Just
don't.
keep your eyes to the
Just keep-
floor. Don't.
How quiet are you trying to be right now?
Super quiet.
Trying to be so
So
quiet.
you're all trying to be stealthy. Can we all roll some decks for me to see how
No.
you are?
I mean, let's find out
Let's
together.
Do it.
No.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my appropriately colored green dice.
I'm good. It's an 8 out of 10.
Got
Fuck
it.
me.
I rolled a natural 20, guys.
Hell yeah, Gertie! I rolled a 14. Let's go.
I rolled a 16.
Oh man.
So one of you was stealthy.
Just Kit.
Here's me
Just
not
Kit.
knowing how old I or how loud I am. Like, oh my God, it's Tim.
Like,
So quick question first of all. Out of this room, are you wanting to do anything in this room, or are you wanting to move on to another room? And if so, which room do you think you would have been heading to next?
Our goal was to get to Heart.
Our
Well,
goal
we're
was
going
get
to
the
the
harp, but we want
throne
to
room.
explore. Yeah, we want to go to the throne room first.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
Okay, so we'd have to backtrack into the throne room.
Yes.
Which is number
Three.
three. Okay. All right.
Which means we'll just have to pass Timmy again.
True, yeah.
Bye, Timmy.
Timmy, no.
All right. So while you've been talking, Kit, who was very aware of the plan, kind of sees these figures and immediately goes into okay, let's be quiet mode. Starts to creep towards the entrance for number 3. Okay. And gets past them without any real problem at all. Meanwhile, the rest of you take a moment. Tino sort of starts half to follow and then kind of looks back because the two of you end up moving and you two are just having this conversation. I rolled for Sam, by the way, and Sam also has followed after. Sam is somehow a Dexy motherfucker. Followed past. So they knew the plan. They were like, remember, Sam has run out of fucks to give.
Yes.
Tim, sorry you're dead, Tim. Has moved on with Kit. So they're kind of at the entrance to the throne room. To your absolute horror, Kit, you just behind you hear as your beloved grannies get more and more
my
excited.
God.
Their raised voice. They're trying so hard to be stealthy, but it's just that they're
I just turn around
Aggie
and
is
probably
just like, Tim, that's Tim. And then Gutty's just like, no. And just
Granny.
yell at her, like, not
I
to.
turn around and I go probably too late and I'm just like,
You try to quieten them down.
Right as we go, huh?
What?
Gertie, you feel that pull. You feel something move again.
No.
And it feels closer. However, Tim and Co distract your attention away from that because they just suddenly stop swaying. And they just look towards two grandmas and Tino. They don't move,
the ritual TM.
but they're looking at you. They're very aware of where you are right now. They're not looking at Kit and Sam. They're looking at you.
I wanna start swaying and be like, oh, the light. Wow.
Emo tap. Emo tap.
I'm gonna.
You broke Cat. You broke GM Cat.
What in God's God's name are you doing?
Oh no.
Thank you for clipping that.
Oh, fuck, you know.
We just lose our
Sorry, chat.
Oh.
I'm not sorry.
It's okay, Millie. I'm not dying. I'm just
I'm crying. There's actual
Weaponized
tears.
Okay. Okay. Hold on.
What's
Let
a
me just
serious
try-
suggestion?
Let me just try to like mechanically think about this.
Oh fuck.
Oh god, okay.
Well, I maybe said to join you, so
All right.
That's exactly
All
it.
right. You are trying to persuade.
We are trying to emo tap.
Okay, you are trying to persuade them that you're part.
We're trying to
part of the crew.
persuade
Start
them.
Persuade.
Persuade
Yeah.
them.
So that's going to be a control save, and this is going to come as an absolute shock.
It's
Gertie, I
just-
would like you to make this with advantage because of the pull within you. So
Yeah.
you get to make a control save.
Okay.
Um,
Natural one, baby. La la la. I got a 17
you know
and a
what?
natural
Do
one.
you know what? With a fucking natural one, I'm gonna allow that to be a group control save.
I was gonna
and
say because I feel like I would have looked at Gertie and been like, "Oh yeah, okay."
It's like Jonathan.
Gertie is putting on the Oh fucking hell! Gertie is putting on the most convincing performance right now. That you almost believe it. It's just so convincing. You almost believe it. Gertie, just for a second, you believe it too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no.
I take that. I accept that.
I really appreciate that the one that's literally glowing past the
Yeah.
check.
Uh-huh.
I feel like Sam and I exchange looks and we're just like,
Sounds like I'm like she's fully looking at Gertie like I hate to tell you, kid, but I think your grandma might be and they kind of look at you, Gertie, they watch you sway, and you begin to sway, and you start to believe it. You are almost absolutely transfixed by these beautiful lights that you sort of take a step forward and another one.
Nope.
And it's enough of a way for Tim and his buddies to just kind of look away from you and begin swaying again.
At that, Tino
And
is
at
gonna
that point-
My
grab
hand
both of
is
them.
on. My hand is on Gertie to make sure.
And the feel of that tug pulls you back out of it, Gertie.
Granny, we gotta go.
For the fucking love of God, please shut up.
Emo tap.
And
Okay.
yeah, with that
Slowly back away.
with that natural one, I will allow for you to make your way around with this kind of full swaying as you go, and get past Tim and crew, and you are heading into the throne room.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
the throom, if you will. Let me rephrase, not if you will. You will.
Yeah, I was about to say what?
All right. So there is this faint blue light that is coming from the
My
throne
time has
room.
come.
And you head in. And yeah, you almost kind of completely lose Kit as Kit kind of walks in and the kid's skin is the same color as this light that is coming out, so kind of has a weird like green screen effect on Kit for a second there. You head in, all of you. Moss and lichen are cascading across a very sort of wide cave opening. The interior walls are covered in what looks like graffiti. It kind of looks like, obviously, that like people used to come here, or that's at least what you get the sense of. There is sort of impromptu logs scattered in a way that almost looks like seats, like someone has kind of put them together to look like seats. And like the odd kind of thing that you might find for in a teenage hangout spot. There are kind of like stubbed out cigarettes, an empty glass bottle, a kind of like broken Walkman is sort of in the corner, crushed as if someone stood on it. And
be wary of the lycanthropes.
What you find as well that does attract your attention, and Tino, upon seeing this, I would like you to make a control save.
Okay. Nope. I rolled a 13.
Okay. You see in the corner, which is sort of, whereas everything else is a little bit messy, in the corner there is this very neatly organized stack of equipment, and on it is this little symbol, which just tugs at a memory for a second, before it kind of lets you go again. I need to see if I can find a picture of that symbol so that I can tell you what it looks like, because I do have one. Yes, love. I know. It is a symbol. It kind of it looks like a it's a very like government organization looking symbol. It's like a pillar. It's got an eagle atop of it, just about as American as you can get, really. But this eagle in its talons has this eye shape, and it's holding onto this eye, and underneath there's this wreath, and written inside is the word bureau, and it seems to be kind of attached to this equipment that's kind of lying around, and some of it is just kind of like various boxes and things like that. They don't really seem to hold much that's useful apart from like cabling and things like that. It seems to be monitoring like the plant life, so the lichen itself, the way that it's attached and the way that it's set up. Some of it is making noises, the odd beep, very low, very quiet, but it is making noise. And there is sort of a couple of bits of paperwork strewn around with this stuff. One of which says the following. As part of the ongoing monitoring of Coldwater, Field Agent Redacted and Redacted have collected many specimens of the fungus. Based on field team observation, it likely falls under the Amarilla genus, but appears to have developed some fascinating mutations thanks to its exposure to the liminal dimension in the weeks leading up to the CLI. Until further classification can be determined, this specimen will be referred to as the bloom. While previous records indicate that a sizable Amarilla ostoyae existed underneath Coldwater, that cluster was contained within a 50-acre forested region outside of the town. The root rot indicative of the species has been identified all over the region in recent weeks, which seems to indicate the cluster has undergone massive growth in a very short period of time. Noted additional mutations involve new aggressive propagation methods. The bloom's mushrooms have developed bioluminescence, emitting a blue tinted light during dark periods. The prevailing theory is that bioluminescence attracts insects to serve as spore vectors, but the field team has also observed instances of deer and various other animals consuming the mushrooms. The bloom's mushrooms are quite sensitive. They emit spores at the slightest touch. It is anticipated that breathing in the spores could lead to harmful side effects. All Bureau agents are required to wear appropriate face masks and PPE when dealing with further specimens. Refer to redacted for full report. And then underneath is a sort of subheading that says hosts. And this bit is kind of written classified. When spores of the bloom enter the bloodstream through inhalation, ingestion, injection, or absorption, they travel through the body and latch onto the spinal cord, over time spreading to the brain. During the incubation period, those infected oscillate between periods of lucidity. When the spores completely override their bodies, they become consciously focused on furthering the spread of spores. They're docile during the day and less disturbed, but relentlessly aggressive at night. Refer to redacted for more details. And there is a little like subsection that basically says should a bureau agent become infected, this, and it kind of gives the name of a particular antidote, is found in case B12. Be wary, we have limited supplies, is essentially what it says. And there is a case here that is labeled B12.
Tino immediately goes to it. And is it locked?
Yes.
And I'm assuming after the rest that she still doesn't have her magic.
Nope. Your magic recharges daily.
I do have my keyring. I can try some keys.
Kit?
Roll a control save for me.
Okay.
To see if this keyring, your magical keyring, has an appropriate key.
No, it's a 19.
It's a 19.
It's not a 20. I don't know what a 20 would be in terms of keyrings, but it's not a 20.
Sam, who has kind of picked up this piece of paper, looks at it is a lock and said, oh, we could always take it with us, I guess, and then just see if we can figure out a way of opening it later.
That's what I was gonna say, is we could just hold it on our side.
I want to get the shit out of my spine.
I mean,
Granny Gertie?
like, and then Sam will look at all of you very seriously and say, like, I think at this point we're pretty much all infected, right?
Yeah.
That's why we need to just, I think we can hang on to it, put it in a pouch, and keep on moving.
Okay.
Oh, before we move on, I would imagine that Tino would just get like that brief thing and just be like, what? She's gonna
to be honest, looking at all this stuff, Tino, even though you didn't roll well enough to actually get a clear memory, it is sparking something of a you recognize this. There's something about this is recognized. It's actually even more frustrating that you cannot pin down why you recognize this or why this feels so familiar to you. But something about that symbol, something about the way everything is organized, something about the language and the terminology of redacted and all of the way that document was presented is just so familiar.
She's gonna, like, the paper's in her hand, she's like in frustration crinkling it, and she's gonna find every bit of paper and try to use something, anything, to like force herself to jog her memory, like as if she were compelled by it.
For now, I will say, because we already kind of rolled for you
Yeah.
finding this stuff, I will say that it doesn't work, but you're forcing yourself to look at this stuff and really trying hard. All right. I guess that when we are going past Tim for the second time, we are back in Emotep mode.
Mhm. You bet your bottom.
Tino's just like doing it, but like in a happy bob.
Where are we heading next, everyone?
Probably Hellraiser.
Well, we're
Oh,
gonna
no,
have
it's
to
the
stop
cooler.
by the cooler first.
The cooler.
Yeah.
Which means we gotta walk past Tim. I said we were gonna have to walk past Timmy again.
I mean, the other option is the dump, but
I don't want to go to there either.
I don't want to go to the dump. I'd rather go through Tim.
Okay, hold just 1 second. So you are currently here, number 3. You coming out steps. So yes, numbers. So in the discotheque, as you kind of come out, obviously the as you well guessed, the room described in JJ's quite unhelpful note as the dump, there is a terrible smell of shit coming from that room.
Oh, that's why we're not going
and
that
we?
way.
Is shit and
Yep.
we coming from that room. And I feel like, yeah, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Like Sam just takes one look at that and goes,
Nope.
points
Nope.
at it and just goes,
You could not.
no,
If
we ain't going there.
I would not go in there if 3 more briefcases full of the cure was in there. You could not pay me enough.
All right. So you are heading back towards the cooler. I will not make you roll to go past Tim again. I will allow for Imhotep swaying to kind of work.
Can we all just kind of like sway through?
You
We're all
can
just
you're
like, all right.
and they're just swaying. They're just happy as can be. And you head over towards number 8, the cooler then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. To get there, it is like there's a little bit of a drop to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that means, don't you?
Let's fucking go.
Strength or dex.
Strength or?
Strength or dex, yes.
I gotta pick which one
Are
first,
you
though. I can't
jumping
pick
down,
after the
or
roll.
are you attempting to like climb your way down? Is my kind of thought.
We're gonna try strength. Aggie's gonna try strength.
Yeah, I mean that would be the sensible thing to do, but we've seen some crazy results. So yeah.
I rolled an 11. We're good.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm
5.
gliding down to save my knees this time.
Ow.
Okay. So did everyone pass or no?
No.
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 Not Kit. All right. Okay, so the 3 of you get down just fine into this drop area. Kit,
And
you and
Gertrude.
Sam are the last to attempt to get down. And what did you do? Strength or dex?
I did dex. My strength is a 4. Not that it matters, but
That's
I did do
fair.
dex.
And you kind of don't you kind of do that weird thing where you like go to like sort of jump down together, but you go in paths that kind of cross with each other, and you just end up sort of like bashing into each other on the way down and tripping over each other's feet, and you take 2 points of damage that will hit into your hit points. Obviously you can then recover those, but you can't recover the extra ones that were given to you by
I am now
Tina.
at 5 out of 4.
5 out of 4. Yes.
Gertrude also failed.
Oh,
And
you
this-
also
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I trip
I-
over the ghillie
I'm sorry,
suit.
I thought that you succeeded.
No.
You
It's the ghillie suit.
did you dex it or did you
It
strength
was
it?
It was dicks.
Okay, yeah, you severely underestimated your
Yeah.
ability to be lithe and sprightly. And I'll do a separate roll for you.
No, thank you.
That's 3 points.
Yeah.
Granny, what did I say about jumping in the ghillie suit?
So there's like Aggie and Tino who have made their way down, and they turn around, and these 3 people are just on the floor, like.
Tino just
all right.
goes, "Oh no!" and like, out of instinct, tries to summon a mug. Nothing comes, and she's just like,
It's
hugs,
okay, Tino.
hugs,
It's okay.
hugs.
It's okay. Let's just get everybody up. Let's get us
Here.
Let's get it.
Here." And I lift Kit,
Oh, thank you.
and then boop, and give healing hugs.
Aw.
All right. So you drop into this area. There's a sort of flashlight on the floor that is flickering on and off, that someone has clearly left. You end up finding out this is the room clearly that was feeling like it had like cold air coming out of it, but you kind of knew that from the map anyway. It is noticeably cooler in here. There are very thick cords of pale, almost flesh-colored mycelia growing from the ceiling in here, and it's kind of clinging.
I like that.
And slightly pulsing. And in the alcoves, there's kind of these like bunched up sort of you can see that there's like fungus and stuff growing on there, and there's these like flesh colored winding cords of mycelia. There's alcoves in this room, and about 6 of them, and they're bunched up together, and they seem to be wound around something.
All right. I'm gonna glow my way over, and I'm gonna look at the thing.
I'm gonna go with Kit, buddy system.
Okay, so you head over to one and have a look.
I'm gonna grab the flashlight on the way over so I can have a little bit more than just a glow, but
You head on over, and it's quite tough mycelial cords, but I'm guessing that you grab your dagger out and start.
I will hack and slash.
Cool. You take 3 stress damage, because the moment that you open up one of these things, inside is a partially digested person.
2 questions. 1, when you say stress damage, does that come out of control?
It comes out of control if you go over your HP.
So I assume that because of the nature of the respirator, that would not help me with this.
It would not, no.
Okay.
Not in this case.
Beautiful. Okay. Cool. Second, any identifying marks on this person? Any indication of who the fuck?
Roll a control save for me.
This is what I get for looking closer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would have been fine without the damage. 9.
9.
7.
9 out of 7.
It was a 10 before.
All right. Yeah, you do recognize this person. At first, you don't. And you're kind of looking over for any identifiable marks. They just seem to be wearing like a sort of plaid shirt, or what's left of them had a plaid shirt on, some shorts. And then it hits you when you see the tattoo. It is your friend Gabby that mans the fire watchtower.
No.
So Grandma and Granny and Tino and Sam, I suppose, see Kit just kind of like pull open these flesh cilia, and then freeze. and then slowly just step away and put down the flashlight, and just silently go in for a hug with their family.
Kit? What's wrong?
Big hugs immediately.
And Kit just goes, "That's my friend Gabby."
Oh, honey.
And Gertie and Aggie, you would know who Gabby is.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna tell her brother.
I'm sorry.
Right now, we gotta think about that later. I'm so sorry. Get over here.
Yeah.
I legit thought you were about to be like, "Get over it."
Oh, can you imagine?
Get over it.
Aggie's like, no, get the hell over it and move on. No, get in here.
Tino was just like standing outside of this, like,
I dragged Tino in.
oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thanks.
We need to understand that apparently moving forward, we can find some even worse things. So I think we all need to prepare ourselves for that.
Do we just leave her here?
We don't know what we're supposed to do, darling. I can't hold her right now.
I feel like we should at least get her out.
You know,
Sam
Like-
kind of says, "Hey, look, why don't we do what we came here to do? Have a look, find out what this thing is, maybe destroy it, and then we'll figure out what to do with." I mean, I'm guessing that the rest of these are probably the same. So, well, we're kind of not safe enough to. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but we're not safe enough to really be carrying around
Yeah.
shit
I mean,
right
no,
now.
you're very right. You're very right, Sam. And that's unfortunately the hard truth right now. We'll come back. But right now we gotta move forward, Kit.
Okay.
I know it's not easy.
I'll kind of glance over at what was once Gabby, and then back at my family and just go, "Okay, we'll come back."
Yep,
We'll come back.
that's all we can do.
Okay.
All right, onward.
All right, you're heading over towards the Hellraiser.
Oh, I guess so. I don't.
Yeah.
Aggie
Let's
is
raise
very
hell!
uncomfortable about this one.
All right.
it's okay. I can be right next to you if you'd like.
I mean, we're all together. Let's go.
Okay.
So you walk through into this room, and it's huge. It's a massive cavern. As you get into them, much larger than any of the ones that you've been in so far, and you can immediately see why it's called the Hellraiser. It is filled with lots of sort of stalactites and staglamites, and so it looks very like spiky, essentially. And I think the first thing that would probably draw your attention about this room, and considering what you just found as well, would probably cause a lot of stress, is there's probably a good 10 or 15 bodies that are just kind of impaled on various stalagmites around. You, at this point, we're kind of looking at, you would recognize some, others you wouldn't. There are bodies of people that have the symbol that you saw, the bureau symbol, kind of stamped onto they're wearing like hazmat suits, but there's quite a lot of those. You would recognize one or two have like polo shirts that are written Heinz Farm on them, and you would know that they are from JJ's family. And yeah, you kind of look around and you're trying not to look too hard because you know that you're going to recognize some of these faces and it's going to be really difficult.
I was about to say Aggie's not doing well.
Yeah.
And you're heading towards the sort of the exit of this room to head towards the heart. And it's at that point, Gertie, that pull that you were feeling, that sense of nausea, you feel it so strongly in here that it's almost like you're going to throw up for a second. It's just so, and you immediately, your eyes dart around, trying to figure out the cause of this, because while it's, you know, there's a lot of spiky things, it's not difficult, it's not easy to hide in here. You look around, you can't see anything, and then you hear this soft, low chuckle from above.
Oh no.
And you feel something gloop down the side of your face. You look up, and what you see immediately is a face is staring at you. It's one that you recognize. You saw it on TV. It's one of the 5 campers. And there's actually another face kind of nearby. It's very similar to the chimera thing, with this kind of amalgamation of animals, but instead it is an amalgamation of human bodies. There are arms everywhere, legs everywhere. One of them is missing a thumb.
Welcome, Raiders.
The remains of the 5 missing campers are above you, bound together into a shambling mass by sort of this horrible tumorous fungal growth and clinging mycelia. But they're all affixed with different expressions. One is smiling, one is looking horrified, and they're kind of murmuring to themselves. One is kind of giving this low chuckle, another is kind of repeating to itself again and again, what the fuck was that noise? What the fuck was that noise? And you just get this second where you realize that was probably that person's last ever thought before they died. And it's twitching, and then all 5 of the heads kind of open their mouth and begin screaming. One hand grabs a body and begins pulling it into itself, and it drops down. Everyone roll for me Dex.
Welcome, Raiders. Perfect timing to show up and see the Analga humantion. I tried so hard.
And I'm going to tell you what the official name of this creature is.
Okay.
It is the Flesh Hydra.
Oh no.
Hate it.
That's
Thanks,
gross.
I hate it.
8. So did you
Wait,
did you
who turned out
pass?
the lights?
I rolled a fucking 2.
Yes, literally that vibe. Who turned out the lights?
I stole it.
I failed.
Who passed? Sorry.
Aggie rolled another 2.
You what the fuck?
How many times does this happen?
Fail. Tino, did you pass or fail?
15.
So is that a pass or a fail for Dex?
That's a fail. I have
That's
a
a fail.
9.
So we have 3 fails and 1 pass. Aggie and Sam. What did Sam get? Sam got a 2 as well.
Surprisingly
Sam
enough, Aggie
ready.
has got tears rolling down her face and still standing strong.
Okay, it drops down. So it is at your level. So Aggie, I'll give you this one. You can go first. Sam will go after you.
Okay. I think first and foremost, I'm probably gonna whip out the flare that I have.
Okay.
And use that to shove in its face. It's like to either distract it, or cause harm. I don't know which would be.
Does it have a what does it actually say?
It says D4 stun 1 use. Oh, sorry, I tapped my
Okay,
mic.
perfect. So D4, you roll a D4 for me. We'll see what it does in terms of damage.
Let me pull out a D4. Which one am I gonna use? This was this little pretty boy. Okay, one of the weird little guys. I rolled a 2.
A 2. Cool. All right. And what you've just done, as you kind of pull this out and shove it right up into it, says, you see that this place is so dark. And the moment that this light kind of flares up in its face, it screams. All 5 of those heads scream at various different pitch and intonation, and it's terrifying. They scream and stumble back. You stunned it for a go, so it will not have a turn. It will not have its first turn. Cool. Let's move on then to Sam. Sam is going to attempt to yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. Targeting Dex with that tranquilizer gun. All right, and it actually, you would notice this, it doesn't seem super Dexy. It seems a very unsteady on its feet, shall we say, and its feet and hands.
All 10 of its feet.
Yeah, so pull that down. Okay, now it's its turn. It obviously is not able to do anything because it is stunned, so it's screaming and writhing around on the floor. We will head to you got a 15, didn't you, Shears? Remind me again, Pond, what you got?
9.
9. So you're going next, Gertie.
Did Sam go already? I missed
Yeah.
that, my bad.
Gertie is gonna turn to Kit and make direct eye contact with Kit. And then wink at them. And then turn back and put her body in closer to the human flesh.
Flash Hydra.
And try and get its attention. She's gonna be like, "Hey, over here, you big nasty, gross! Look at how gross you are!" And then I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, shoot it. Let's go.
6.
Ooh.
Damn.
6. Damn. Okay, yeah.
So glad I took that hunting rifle.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Let's keep picking up the pace because obviously we're coming kind of to the end of the session. So Tino, it's your go.
I think at this point, out of magic, still fairly gaunt. Fuck it. She's drawing again.
Okay. So it's gonna be from herself?
Yeah.
It's gonna be 2D. It's gonna be, well, let's see if you succeed in getting anything first. So it's gonna be a control save first.
Natural 1.
Okay. Gonna be 2d6. Do you know what? With a natural 1, I'm gonna allow you to be a bit of a badass here. I want you to roll 2d6, and then I want you to roll 1d6, and I will give you the 1d6 for free, so that's not going to come off of your damage, and then the 2d6 that you roll will come off of your own health, if that makes sense. So I'm going to give you I'm going to let you put out a little bit more than you're taking because you rolled a natural 1.
For once, my shitty rolls pay off. Okay, so for the 2d6, I have a 4 and a 3, and then for the separate one is a 3.
7, so okay, and the other one is a 3, yeah?
Yeah, 2 3s and a 4.
All right. Cool. Yeah, so take off the 7 from you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's coming out of your control. Okay.
Yep.
And if it kind of crosses over into beyond what your stability is, I know you've got a high stability, and your sorry, not your stability, your HP. And I know you've got
No,
a high,
I have 4 HP.
yeah,
I
so
have high
your
strength.
HP, yeah, so you've got take 3, yeah, but you've got stability as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so then is that everything you're doing?
She's basically not having a good time. She can't remember. That symbol is like annoying her. She can't
Yeah.
remember anything. All she knows is that her family's in danger.
All right. So Tino, you can see everyone, by the way, after Tino faced down with that chimera, Tino was looking pretty unwell after that, needed a little bit of time to recover, still looked a little bit gaunt, a little bit like tired, more tired than usual after kind of using coffee cups and things like that. Right now, Tino kind of gathers together this sort of like dark, awful looking magic, and it's got this sort of blue tint to the energy that kind of pulses out of this. It kind of releases from the coffee cup as this sort of straight beam of, like, it almost looks like light. It's very powerful, whatever it is. But you can see the way that it's kind of affecting her. It's like her face sort of slumps a little bit. She looks tired. Her nose begins to bleed. Her ears begin to bleed. And she's just screaming at the top of her voice. It does do a lot of damage to this creature, though, whatever it is that she's doing. We move back to the top of the round.
Can I have a turn, please?
Oh, yes. So sorry, Kit. Yes, I forgot you. I'm terribly sorry. Go for it.
No worries. I also got a 15, so it makes sense.
Combat, so.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run it and stab it in its ugly face.
Perfect. Yeah. D6 for me.
We're gonna keep this simple. And it takes 5.
5. Oh yeah, it's looking rough. It's looking kind of rough. All right. Let's move on then back to the top of the round. So it's gonna be Aggie.
Aggie's gonna have to go hold their.
That's fine. We will have Aggie hold a turn, and if it survives that long, this creature, then Aggie can take their turn after. Let's try for me doing the dex. Okay, yeah. Another tranquilizer shot. Takes it down to 1. So right at this point, it's really just stumbling around. It's really finding it difficult to stay on its feet. Hey, Aggie. Aggie, it's your turn.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
Okay. So it just got stabbed in the face or near the face?
It
Near
did,
one of
yes.
its faces.
And tranquilizer darted.
Okay.
It's stumbling around. It's looking pretty rough.
Perfect, because I'm going to swoop its feet, its legs with my hiking pole.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to knock it out from underneath.
Go for it.
All right, we're gonna roll this d6. And it's a 6.
A 6. Lovely. Cool. So I guess I'm gonna ask you, how do you finish this thing off?
Sorry, there is nothing more exciting to me than imagining it getting stabbed and then tranquilized, and then Aggie just comes in with a swift, somehow very dex swipe, just comes in low and is like trips it. So it falls. Can I please stab it with my hiking pole?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely.
That's exactly what happens then.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
into the center of wherever the center is.
Right into like the center of the heads.
Yeah. And I feel like also at this point, after everything that Aggie has seen and been through, she's just like violently screaming. Like there's just like nothing but like, ah! You know, like she's fucking lost it at this point.
Finally lost it.
Dunzo.
Aggie is you all watch. You've got your stuff raised, your weapons raised, you're all ready. And just watch as Aggie just keeps beating this thing long after it's dead. And Sam's like, Aggie, I think you got it. I think you got it.
What if I didn't?
It's okay.
Kit just kind of leans down and just gently pokes it with their toe. I think you got it. I think you got it.
Dead. Yeah.
It's dead.
He's
It's
very
dead.
super dead.
Good job.
It's super
Good job,
Super
honey.
dead.
I'm very lightheaded.
Yeah, let's go to the heart and see if we can fix this problem. And
Okay.
it's okay.
At
Oh,
that,
All right. You head into the heart. And you find a throbbing mass of glowing fungal cords that fill the domed cavern. The tendrils are kind of clasping and then burying themselves in both stone and earth. You feel it, Gertie. This is the thing that is calling you. This is the primary cluster. This is the hive mind. This is home. And there is mycelia stretching here from all over the region. There are thin bioluminescent threads hanging from the ceiling. And on the ground lies a corpse that is curled into a fetal position. Their desiccated skin is at this point this sort of horrible papery white, like it's completely drained of life, and looks just like a sort of like it looks like you could just snap it and it would break at this point. It is absolutely vile. You, however, Tino, recognize this person immediately. It hits you, the memory hits you like a wave, that memory that you got before of that voice. Well, look at that 3135. And you know that this is this person. They have a what looks like a lab coat on. There's a little bureau symbol on it, and there's a name badge that says Dr. Josephine Smith. And as you approach, she opens her eyes. And she looks straight at you. And she says, 3135, and it's barely rasping out this voice. She looks like she's been dead for over a year, but somehow she is still talking to you. And you can see these mycelial cords are kind of like stretched. They're wrapped around her body. They're kind of they're kind of going into her ears and her nostrils, and she's connected to this thing now. And it is keeping her alive as much as she is helping to keep it alive. And she just looks at you, and she says, burn it, 3135.
why are you calling me that? My name is
Burn it.
Tino.
She exhales and closes her eyes again.
But wait! And as soon as like Tino tries to like reach for the shoulders. But wait, no! Why are you calling me that?
Make a control save for me.
Ooh, this is not gonna go well. I failed.
Failed or succeeded. You are pulled into a series of memories. They are jumbled, but they are strong, and you can hold on to them and you can keep them. You remembered Josephine Smith. She was a member of the Bureau. That was your home for some time, a place called the Monolith. That's where you lived. And she brought you here last year to interact with this entity known as the Bloom, because you were once a human that was exposed to a dimension called the Liminal, and it made you what you are now. And this plant, this fungi, it was also exposed to the Liminal in much the same way. Once it was a normal mushroom colony, and now it is something completely different. It has become sentient, it has become intelligent, and you were brought here to interact with it and to try to make sense of the communication that it tried to give out through its bioluminescent patterns. And at first you were succeeding, you remember that, but the moment that it recognized you as a kindred being, the moment that it realized that you had some connection to the Liminal just as it did, it became interested in you and it wanted you. And your doctor here tried to protect you, as did the other agents, and they told you to run. And in their last moments, they poisoned the water in an attempt to try to kill this thing. And in doing so, it ended up poisoning the water supply around JJ's farm. It poisoned the lake. It created what is now known as the Coldwater Lake incident, where many people died. You know this, and you know, as she kind of in her last moments looking at you now grabs your hand, that the bloom has taken some time to recover, but it is back, and it has been aggressively growing in order to expand its reach and search once more for a link, any link, back to the Liminal, back to where it calls home. The only reason that she can think for herself is because the bloom needed her memories of you and her memories of the Bureau to understand the threat against it. And that's the only reason that she can even have any kind of understanding of who you are compared to everyone else who is lost. But you are one of those beings of the Liminal. You are not human. And your coffee canister is actually a portal of sorts. It is a portal to the Liminal. It allows you to take things and it allows you to put things back. And that's kind of this wish-wash of memories that hit you. That's kind of what you get from it. You get a much clearer picture and understanding of who and what you are and why you were found 9 months ago in the way that you were, running and completely alone and memoryless.
Does anyone have a lighter?
Not in my inventory.
Does
Auntie, do
Me,
you have a lighter?
Sam, do you have a lighter?
Sam's got a lighter.
I was like, I don't have a lighter.
May I have it, please?
Sam's like, okay, and kind of hands it to you.
She just looks at the bloom.
You know, you do what you gotta do.
Doesn't
Burn
say
it.
anything. Hits the Zippo exactly how Auntie does it. Like the pop. Walks over and just holds it stock still until everything burns.
All right. You have chosen to burn the bloom. It begins to set on fire. You can hear screams. Kit, you can hear screams. Screams so loud, because it was, of course, the bloom communicating with you. Gertie, you feel pain. You feel that desperate clinging, that desperate, please join me, help me, save me. And it's so difficult not to immediately run in and try to put out these flames, because that is what the compulsion wants you to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you do stop yourself from doing that. And you all watch as the bloom burns with this sense that you know that it has been destroyed, but you know that this could be short-lived. That article that you read said that unless every single infection, as it were, is destroyed, and everything within 50 feet, not miles, feet around it is destroyed, then a new colony can begin. So you have temporarily taken out the bloom, and you've probably done it on a much larger scale than the poison would have achieved. Much changed after the bloom was destroyed. The explosion of the fire that destroyed its heart was the subject of speculation for the days following, and Coldwater was shaken to its very foundation. News of the deaths spread quickly. Calls out of town to emergency services and even each other refused to go through, leaving poor Sheriff Hank, Dr. Lindsay, and one volunteer firefighter by the name of Ken to be the town's sole contact for any kind of situation. Needless to say, when combined with the flooding, landslides, and destruction that the storm had caused, the Blueberry Festival was cancelled, much to the mayor's dismay.
No.
You all head back to Granny's house. I will allow for bodies to have been recovered and things like that. You know that the bloom may be contained for now, but it was likely that it will reform and come back. And Sam felt it wise to drive out into the dense forests and begin marking potential places that the bloom might re-emerge. Kit, you decided to go with them, while Gertie and Aggie stayed at the house to look after Tino. Tino has a lot to process. And it was from this moment that the real change began. You were gone for 3 days. Upon your return home, you were met by the smiling faces of your beloved grannies, but alarmingly, there was no sign of Tino. Eventually, after some discussion, it became very clear to you both, and Sam, that neither Gertrude or Aggie knew who Tino was, let alone where she had gone to. Their memories of her were wiped clean. Heading into the town, you speak to Cassandra and discover that public perception of the incident has taken a complete turn. JJ is now at the root of it all. Allegedly, his grief for his family and the decline of his farm had taken too great a toll on him, and he had been driven to commit a number of atrocities, up to and including the kidnap and murder of the 5 campers and various townsfolk that went missing, and the building of an extremely powerful fire that he intended to destroy the town, but he had placed wrongly, and it had been contained. She then leans into you, Kit, and whispers, "No one else remembers Tino. They're watching. Come by the cafe at midnight." When you arrive, she leads you into a back room And inside, you find a very haunted but determined looking Lilithan, and a couple of other figures that you may or may not recognize, including a very shaken D. And all of them remember Tino. There is also one other figure, someone that you never got to meet, but her name is Haru, and she is somewhat of a hermit in town. Many are scared of her because they think she is some form of witch. She is she is very protective of Cassandra, and she has begrudgingly agreed to help in restoring your granny's memories. And this room is kind of it's set up very conspiracy theory again. There are kind of boards everywhere, and there are three main agendas written, which is number one, justice for JJ, and then in brackets there are and various town members' names have been added, and someone has written and Gerald too, I guess, alongside it.
He just couldn't bear this world.
Oh.
Number two, help everyone remember. And then in brackets, especially Gertie and Aggie. And Sam walks over to the board and writes down number three, which is find the bureau, find Tino. And turns around and looks at everyone and says, looks like we're going cryptid hunting. And that's the end.
Yes.
And I'm sorry that we ran a little bit over, because we did run a little bit over. So my apologies. Please forgive me, girls, run these worlds. I tried my very best. We're going to really, really quickly, and I mean fly through players' things. You have so little time to enter our giveaway right now, so I need you all to !liminal in the chat right now, and to enter, and you might win our mega bundle. So let's start with Player Cat.
What's up? Hi, I'm Kat. You can find me on social media under Kat Alicia or Katrina Alicia. I have no other real big games coming up soon that I can think of, but other than that, I run a reaction channel called Gallifrey Gals. That's all.
Pond. I almost said Plond because it said Pond Plays, and I was like, Plond!
Hi, I'm Pond. Pond Plays. You can find me on Twitter as Pond Plays, Instagram, Pond Plays Games. You can also find me at Gen Con coming up this week. Find me at the Modifius booth. Come say hi. I'd love to meet you. I don't have anything coming up right now, but I do have a casting call out for a podcast that I'm starting with my dear friend Billy Seaguire. So if you want to check it out, look on my Twitter. That's it. Back to you, Kat.
Back to me. Cool. Let's go. She is next.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bloodthread Shears for short. I played the lovable cryptid Tino Miller, who is probably back in wherever. You can find me in many different places with many different names before I am Legion. I'm also the head of Different Drum Photography, where I do everything and everything. Go to my website. I'm also a professional belly dancer celebrating 9 years, and I will be performing October 21st at 8 p.m. at Old Bethpage, New York for our Rocks and Roll show, a belly dance tribute to rock and roll. You can find me on Tuesdays for Micdom at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and you will be finding me on Survive the Apocalypse over on Bard Rock Cafe in a game led by our very own Nocturnal 7. I believe that's pretty much it. There's other stuff that is redacted. Back to you, Kat.
Nice. Jen Burb, let's go.
Hello, friends. I am Jen. I can be found at on Twitter at Jen Burb. That's me. Back to you, Kat.
Woo!
Amazing. Hey, I'm Kat, otherwise known as Law Mistress 93 or the Law Mistress. You can find me at lawmistress93 on Twitter. I'm doing quite lots of things, and also not many things. But the next time you can find me, VA Redemption's channel, I will be playing a game of Spliced, which is written by my very good friend Alakazam, and I'm very, very excited for it. Cool. A few announcements for Girls Run These Worlds before we go. Next week is Go Dark Week, so there will be no games running because everyone is taking a holiday, everyone is taking a break, everyone is taking some time, and that's awesome. But what we are doing is looking for zine authors for Zine 5. That's for Girls Write These Worlds. So if you are a budding writer and you think that you have an idea for some kind of adventure module or item or NPC that is related to harvest or themes around the harvest, then check out Girls Write Worlds on Twitter, and you can fill in the application form to pitch an idea. And I have actually written for one of the zines before, and it is a ton of fun, so I would fully recommend it. We also have casting calls out for a masks game named Freezer Burnt, for something for the One Ring system, which is Most Excellent Fireworks. It's going to be a one-shot. And Turn the Beat Around, which is one of my personal favorites. It's like a high-spirited dance competition style game. So you should absolutely go and check those out if any of those sound like fun to you. I think that's it. We're going to draw now for the let's draw for the competition.
Go.
So we went ahead and drew, and the winner is, wait for it, a Black Sparrow.
Woo!
Woo!
Congratulations,
Yeah!
a Black Sparrow.
Congratulations.
You have won a
Yes!
huge mega bundle. We will get in touch with you about getting you that big fat bundle.
Yes. Oh my goodness, you're gonna have so much fun because this game is absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
We will be raiding is it D8 Dungeon? And they are currently doing a charity stream, or like a 3-day charity stream, so they're currently doing their final day. I believe that up next, if I'm remembering correctly, because I couldn't apply to be in this because of this show, is a Mouse Ritter game with Philippa Mort. So stick around, and Philippa is an amazing GM, so you should absolutely stick around and watch that. Thank you so much for joining us. I had a blast playing this game. I really enjoyed playing with all of you. This cast has been amazing. Yeah, you should check the game out. I can't wait to maybe do something else with you all again, because I really enjoyed playing with you, and this was really, 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 really fun.
Season 2?
Well, you know, I've
Season 2.
lined up for a
Season 2.
so we'll maybe we'll see. I'll think about it, because it could happen. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, and we're gonna head out now, but have a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, whatever your time is, and we really appreciate you coming and joining us on this terrifying journey into mushroom flesh amalgamation hell. Cheerio. Have I said everything? Have I actually said everything?
You did it!